please.
Go ahead.
So tell us, what does this mean to the city of Kent today?
Well, it's a tremendous day. As snowy and cloudy as it may be on the outside, it's awfully warm on the inside. The Congressman's news was fantastic, and what it really does kind of usher in a sequence of events. I've been using the phrase, it's a tipping point. We've worked really hard to get to this point. There's been a lot of collaborative work with the university, the city, PARTA, a lot of homework, you know, and the old idea that good luck just happens, it's what, 95% preparation, and that's really what you're seeing today. We knew we had a good project. We had to make sure that the power brokers knew that too, and the congressman and the entire delegation really went to bat for us, and that advocacy role was significant because we are still a fairly small community on the radar screen, but we have such a good project that I think it was undeniably fundable. It was almost too hard. Our goal was to make it so hard they couldn't say no, and true enough, today actually turned out that they couldn't say no, and in the state of Ohio, out of 50 million, we're getting 20 million. So it will go to extremely good use. We are as shovel ready as they come. We meet the criteria to the T, and we're anxious now to really just kind of deliver results. This has been a project that's been on the drawing boards in various fashions for almost 2 decades, and it's only been in the last 2 to 3 years that we've been able to pull together the partners, because none of us can do this by ourselves. And I say the alignment of the stars, but it's as much about rounding everybody up and rallying behind the cause, in this case of Kent, you know, and this isn't a philanthropic exercise. This gives the university the opportunity to have the kind of university city feel to it that will make it easier to attract the best and brightest students, the best and brightest faculty. Likewise, from the city's perspective, it becomes a mini economic engine. A lot of new jobs, a lot of business commerce activity that we're not seeing today will be here soon enough. And even taking that to the next level, the whole concept of the hotel conference center really even broadens that much more. And the fact that we're able to get a couple business anchor tenants, not retail folks, but office type tenants in the downtown, get them back downtown so that they need their morning coffee, they want their lunchtime restaurant and their dinner for clientele. And it really, as we try to push the focus on small business, entrepreneurship, spin-off technology from Kent State, all the research commitment that the university's made, we hope to benefit on the back end of that by being able to cultivate those small business entrepreneurs and say, what better place to test your business model before you scale it for full commercialization, right here under the safety net of your hometown and Kent State University where the research was born. And that's not some model we made up. That's already happening, as you know, Alpha Micron and Kent Displays. That's a proven success formula. So our goal is to just make that repeatable a lot more than it is today. And that, to us then, that becomes the next generation of our economy. We reduce the dependency on that manufacturing base, which has been slipping everywhere. And we replace that with the new technologies and the stuff that will stay in the United States and the creativity that young folks and emerging business opportunities sort of do best in, create that habitat. And that's, in many respects, that's what I refer to. This is sort of the habitat for entrepreneurship and for our community's future. So,
You were afraid you were talked out.
I know.
I can ask one question.
That's good.
A lot of doubters out there. People saying, we've been talking about this kind of stuff for years.
Yeah.
Come on, is this real?
Well, and that's why when you've got cash in hand, that's the difference maker. It's amazing what money can do. And we've been very, very fortunate with the Phoenix project. Mr. Burbick basically said, you know what, naysayers, let me show you what's possible in downtown Kent. And it's been a wonderful success in its short tenure, and I'm sure it's just going to continue to grow. And for us, though, it gave us something to point to early on and say, you see, this can work. And when you see lines of people to get into one of the new small shops on the day of its opening and continuing after, and you hear about the new business that's being generated, and of course the tannery downtown. I mean, all of those things are terrific, and so we know that's going to work. We just got to create the infrastructure to support it, and this is a significant piece. I mean, I can't underestimate that. This is central to the project and really central to the connectivity infrastructure that we're trying to create. And what better place than to start the public investment right there. And now I can go to our private developers and we can really hammer out the details and get the deals done. Because that was a question mark. Can the city afford that? And in these times, those are good questions. And I have the same question. That question was answered today by Congressman Ryan, and we're delighted.